Planned Parenthood isn't on its way out in a post-Roe America. Hey, Pro-Life Jen, I'm Kristan Hawkins. Welcome to this Explicitly Pro-Life podcast and my How to Win This Week episode. Since the reversal of Roe v. Wade, states are passing stronger pro-life protections and abortion businesses have been shutting down. But so far, America's largest abortion vendor, Planned Parenthood, isn't going anywhere. In fact, they haven't closed any of their doors. According to NPR, since the Dobbs v. Jackson decision in June, none have closed. Instead of closing, Planned Parenthood has found something besides abortion to sell. According to its own reporting, Planned Parenthood is actually the second largest provider of wrong-sex hormones for gender-confused clients in our country. Gender-affirming care is the dystopian term Planned Parenthood uses as an umbrella term for surgery, puberty blockers, and cross-sex hormones given to those confused about their identity. In reality, these are profitable, appearance-altering, experimental protocols. We should be worried about Planned Parenthood being in the gender industry when they have already violently killed tens of millions of American children in abortion. And children are the most vulnerable victims of gender ideology in our nation. As a high-volume abortion chain, Planned Parenthood has a documented history of returning underage girls to the arms of their abusers, failing to even report abuse, and cooperating with sex traffickers. Turning Planned Parenthood facilities into hormone dispensaries for vulnerable young people is a dangerous new trend. Planned Parenthood even brags that most people are able to get a hormone prescription at the end of their first visit with us. Planned Parenthood sells feminizing and masculizing hormones to clients as young as 16 and admits, quote, that its treatment can result in infertility, especially if body-changing surgeries then take place. Then again, Planned Parenthood clearly hates babies, so maybe this is all part of their goal. In fact, I think you could probably argue that these gender-bending hormone treatments fulfill Margaret Sanger's original intent for Planned Parenthood even better than abortion did, because her original goal in setting up Planned Parenthood clinics across the country was mass sterilization, which is what these drugs do. Numerous whistleblowers are now sounding the alarm. One whistleblower just came forward with her concerns after seeing countless young girls in her community come through Planned Parenthood's doors for wrong-sex hormone therapy. According to the whistleblower, this took place without a licensed counselor, without informed consent, and without a doctor even on the premises. Groups of girls would come in giggling and be quickly green-lighted for testosterone without reading the paperwork of potential complications, lifelong complications. This whistleblower said that none of the girls were turned away from wrong-sex hormone prescriptions. For those of us who have been paying attention to Planned Parenthood, this new business really shouldn't be a surprise. Planned Parenthood targets and abuses children. It's what they do. They get into schools to run sex education classrooms across the country. You know, it's like having the tobacco industry go into schools and tell kids not to smoke. That's what they do. That's what they do when it comes to sex and abortion. Now they're going into schools, encouraging gender-confused young people to come into their doors to create a new stream of revenue for them. Planned Parenthood encourages risky sexual behaviors that create STD patients, which, by the way, even though they've saw the biggest amount of dollars come through their doors from taxpayers last year, more than $600 million, the CDC says we are in a massive STD epidemic. They go to our schools, they encourage risky sexual behaviors, which create more STD patients and eventually more abortion clients for them to treat, i.e. profit from. Cancer screenings, legitimate health services, you know, those good services that Planned Parenthood supposedly vends, have decreased drastically at Planned Parenthood in the past few years. As for mammograms, you remember when they used to say they did mammograms? It turns out Planned Parenthood doesn't do them and never did offer them. Planned Parenthood's friends in the Biden administration are working overtime to push more abortion on the American people. But given the woke acceptance of Planned Parenthood's backup plan, the organization is not going anywhere, at least not for a while.